I had the honor of traveling to Sacred Stone campus and meet with Standing Rock Sioux Tribal Chairman David Archambault and many other tribal leaders, youth, and respected elders. During this visit on a hill overlooking the Missouri and Cannonball rivers, I came to understand why a single tribe's opposition to a pipeline has grown into a national and international movement. As the people in this room know all too well, many tribes across Indian country and indigenous people and governments around the world are at the brink of losing their fish, wildlife resources, having their land and water supplies contaminated, having their sacred sites and cultural resources destroyed and desecrated forever. What is happening at Standing Rock is the latest example of a very long and dishonorable history of pushing the impacts of pollution onto the most economically and politically disadvantaged people and communities across this country. For months, members of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, along with thousands of other tribal members and supporters from across this nation and around the world, have peacefully gathered in Cannonball, North Dakota to take a stand against the Dakota Access Pipeline. This 1,172-mile pipeline is a $3.7 billion project that would carry about 470,000 barrels of crude oil a day from North Dakota to Illinois. The pipeline's planned route, due to lack of proper consultation, would snake across burial grounds and sacred sites located on ancestral treaty lands and across the Missouri River just upstream from Standing Rock Reservation, the tribe's main source of drinking and irrigation water. This is not the first broken treaty or broken promise to Indian country, and I hope it will be the last, but I fear it will not hardly be the last. It is interesting to note, should mention, that the pipeline was originally proposed to cross the Missouri River north of Bismarck, North Dakota, but officials blocked that path out of concern for municipal water supply, the municipal water supply serving the city and its residents, and the high potential of consequences involving leaks and spills. This action alone raises the question of why direct threat, and collateral damage to the tribe's water supply, sacred sites, and cultural resources is more acceptable and does not rise to the concern extended to the municipality and to its water. The sacrifice of water resources, tribal lands, sacred sites, and cultural resources in the name of development is all too common. The Apache, Hopi, Navajo, Dakota Sioux, Pueblo, Paiute, Blackfeet, Gila River, and dozens of other tribes presently fight to protect their lands from desecration. Today's forum is about those fights, about the federal trust responsibility to tribes, about tribal sovereignty and treaty obligations, and about the moral and legal obligation to protect sacred sites and Native American cultural resources, and about access to safe drinking water, environmental justice, and above all, equal treatment. I'll conclude with this. While I am encouraged by the September 9th announcement from the Department of Justice, the Department of the Army, the Department of Interior, they will temporarily halt the construction of the pipeline on Army Corps land and undertake a review of the previous decisions about the lakeside. While I am encouraged by the September 16th order issued by D.C. Circuit Court that would temporarily halt the construction of the pipeline, we must ensure that this is not too little, too late for the Sioux in North Dakota, and urge the Department of Justice, as we have, to conduct an independent, transparent review of the permitting process, siting process to date that the Army Corps was involved in. This is why today, along with colleagues in the House of Representatives, we are calling on the Army Corps of Engineers to withdraw the existing permits for Dakota Access Pipeline and initiate a transparent permitting process that includes, above all, public notice, public participation, formal and robust tribal consultation, and adequate environmental review of the pipeline. I want to thank you all for being here. With that,